Hi, welcome back to the AEC Bar. I'm here again with Rob Harrison from the UK AEC sales team. And Rob, you've been working quite a lot with clients across the country, you know, universities, airports, and city councils as well. What sort of things would you say, you know, if you're looking to implement a digital strategy, looking to implement BIM, what are the key things which you really need to be thinking about?
I think the first thing for clients is to understand what it is they want from their supply chains and their design teams, and how, so what sort of information they require and how they're going to use that information further down the line to manage the facility. And that quite often that requires them having a look at their contracts to see what it is they're asking for when they go out to tender.
Yeah, so I mean, I know in the UK the biggest client we've got is probably the government, and they're the ones that have kind of instigated BIM level 2 and looking towards the future with BIM level 3. What are the kind of key parts of that which you think are really important for clients to, you know, to understand?
I think you know, in terms of the type of information that they're actually going to be able to use, so rather than asking for every piece of possible information that they could have, actually think about what it is that's useful to them and what they could use, and then think about what where that information is going to reside, what sort of system that's going to be in, and therefore what format they would like that data in. If you have those things decided up front, then you can be very clear to your supply chain about what information you would like back, and a clear vision about how you could then use that in the future.
Yeah, okay. So it's really about thinking about the end in mind.
Yeah, a little bit sort of working back from how you might operate and maintain that facility, and thinking, okay, so if that's how we're going to do that, what is it we need to be asking for at the beginning?
Sounds like a reasonable enough plan.
Pretty straightforward, to be honest.
What about, I mean, obviously most clients are working with new builds, but they've got a large existing estates. What sort of things should we be looking at there?
Well, for existing estate, there may be certain key assets or buildings that it is worth looking at, kind of getting those into a digital or 3D model, for example, to look at ways to optimise that. But actually for much of the smaller estate, it's probably going to be too costly to go and think about, you know, remodelling all of that. So it's really about prioritising where there's value, and then drawing a line in the sand, and looking about, you know, doing things better going forward, rather than worrying too much about converting everything that's already there. You know, you can link from, if you have you know, a large scale model, for example, you could link to other data sources to get that information without having to recreate it in 3D, for example.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, you know, when you've got that mix of, a lot of this information is actually already out there in different forms. A lot of it is just taking it from those various different silos and putting it into somewhere where you can access it, and maybe repurpose it and reutilising it to create your city model, or to create your campus model, whatever it may be.
I think, yeah, you've hit the nail on the head. The accessibility of the data is the key thing. People spend at the moment far too long searching for information, so as long as they've got access to information, whatever format that's in, that's the most important thing, I think.
Yeah, okay. Well, hopefully that was a useful insight as to the client's view on BIM digitisation. If you do have any questions, again, feel free to email us at the AEC Bar at autodesk.com, and feel free to like this video if you liked this video. If you didn't, I'm very sorry. But thanks again, and we'll speak to you in the next video.